Hello there. In this video, I'm going to be talking about 3 reasons why marriages fail. In the last video, we talked about what to look out for. How do you know this person is the right person to get married to? How do you know this is the person to be married to? How do you know this is your marriage partner? Now we're going to be talking about 3 reasons why marriages fail. Number 1, marrying for the wrong reason. When you marry for the wrong reason, you marry the wrong person. In the last video, we talked about having wrong motives, having a motive that's not selfless. So when you get married, for instance, for economic reasons, you marry because of peer pressure, parental pressure, or you marry because you want to feel among or have a standing in society, as it were, in quote. Then you notice you marry the wrong person because you're not really looking out for the right things. For instance, you marry out of pity. Oh, you just you feel pity for this person. Maybe the person has been on your case for a while, or wants a relationship with you and begging you. Sometimes some even use that as some form of manipulative tactic, and you pity this person and you marry out of pity, That is the wrong reason. When you marry because of pity, you marry the wrong person and you're going to have issues. Most likely you'll have issues down the road. So when you have the wrong reason, you marry the wrong person. And when you marry the wrong person, definitely that marriage is going to have a lot of challenges. Number 2, lack of communication. When you're in a marriage, how do you communicate? Communication entails a lot of things. Listening, be empathetic, you understand. It also shows the respect you have for your partner. When you do not communicate, you do not let your partner know what's on your mind, and you don't seek to know what's on his or her mind, then communication begins to drop and drag. And we all know we are actually social beings. We thrive on that relationship. We thrive on communication. So when you realize that you're unable to communicate, then something is wrong. You need to address it immediately, because marriage feeds on communication. Without communication, there can be a lot of misinformation, even where we work, clubs, organizations. Communication is key. Once there's miscommunication, once there's a breakdown in communication, then problems arise. So communication is key. How do you communicate? Understand the communication style. And these are some of the things you need to look out for even before you get married. How do you communicate? Is she good in communicating? Do you communicate well? Do you understand her moods as much as you can, really? So work on communication. Once there's a communication failure and breakdown, you begin to misunderstand each other. You might be thinking one thing, saying one thing, and she's hearing something else. So you need to be sure when you're communicating, you say something, try to understand what she's hearing. It's key. What is she understanding from what you're saying? And communication sometimes can be non-verbal, your body language, And it also comes to our thoughts, So it's a whole gamut, a whole wide array of things you need to look out for. It starts from what you have in your mind. You notice you have some form of resentment, or you feel she's done something or he's done something that you're not happy with. Say it, communicate. Don't breed resentment, don't breed malice, don't breed grudges. And that begins, because those things break down our communication. They impede our free communication. And you begin to realize, when you begin to pick up those signs that we're not communicating as we should be, then problems begin to arise. Things that we ought to discuss and address, we let linger, and that builds to more mistrust and anger and resentment. You have people who live together and they are talking to each other as they should. They talk more with their friends outside than they do with their partners. That has to be addressed. So communication is key. When communication breaks down, then you realize that there's a problem down the road for the marriage. Number 3, infidelity. This is very key. Infidelity breeds mistrust. Infidelity breeds a whole lot of issues. So you're a man, you're a woman, that is why I mentioned in the last video, before you get married, be sure the person you're getting married to is the kind of person that you're attracted to. Is she the right person? Is he the right person you are attracted to? It's very important, because it makes no sense when you get married and you begin to look outside. You begin to wish for someone else, for an ex somewhere, or some other person, and you begin to fantasize about. So marry the person you know that you are physically attracted to. Of course, marriage is not just about physical attraction, but it's one of it. It's one of it. Because we talk of character, attitude, and all that. Yes, they say physical beauty fades. That is true, but there's a but. It also plays a big role. So men, watch it. Women, watch it. If you know this person you are about to get married to, you do not feel that physical attraction for, or probably you know that probably you could be attracted to someone else than your partner, then you need to watch it. Of course, the fact that you're married doesn't mean probably, you probably will not have some form of, how will I put this now? Would I say use the word temptation as it were? But before you get married, you have zeroed that out. You have decided that this is the person I will get married to. So be physically attracted to this person. So when you get married, you don't do things outside. It's very key, because once you begin to cheat on your partner, the rest assured it shows. Yes, you may think you're smart, you're hiding it, but it shows. As a man, it shows. As a woman, it shows, because you cannot be 100% with your wife and 100% with someone else. It's not possible. One has to give. Eventually it comes out, and there's a lot of mistrust, anger, and sense of loss that comes with that. So loads of marriages have broken down because of infidelity. And it may interest you to know that the two things I mentioned earlier actually can lead, if not addressed, just tend towards this. So when you marry for the wrong reason, after first few months, of getting married, you begin to realize, oh, maybe this was not the right person I should have gotten married to. Maybe I should have married A, B, C, and you begin to look outside. Then miscommunication, you're not communicating, you begin to feel your partner is not in the same boat with you. You begin to seek solace somewhere else. You have people who talk more to outsiders than they do to their husbands and their wives, and that's bad. What's the use of getting married if you can't talk to your husband, if you can't talk to your wife? So infidelity, you can see, the trends from the first two reasons I gave. Infidelity is a no-no. There is no excuse for it. It should not be done. It should not be encouraged. If you love your marriage, you want your marriage to last, do not engage in it. You say no. Yes, say no to that. So those are the three things that can impede your marriage. These are the three things that make marriages fail. Thank you. So before I go, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and look out